Good evening and welcome now to Look North. Yorkshire voters in the European elections have voted overwhelmingly in favour of the Brexit Party, while turning away from Labour and the Conservatives. The other big winners of the night were the Liberal Democrats and the Greens. The Brexit Party topped the leaderboard also in the East Midlands and North Derbyshire as well, taking 3 of the 5 seats, leaving 1 each for the Liberal Democrats and Labour. Here's our political editor James Vincent with a roundup.
Uncertainty, joy, laughter and desperately refreshing your Twitter feed hoping things aren't as bad as they seem. Whether the bank holiday all-nighter was worth it very much depended on the colour of your rosette. The Brexit Party dominated, taking 3 seats out of 6.
Brexit now! People who voted for the Brexit Party said very clearly, we want to leave the European Union.
Singing when they're winning, one of their new Yorkshire MEPs is an opera singer from Suffolk.
I wouldn't do an ode, no, because that's almost like an ode to joy, but I could say, time to say goodbye. What about that?
You're saying goodbye to Brexit?
I'm saying goodbye to the EU, sir.
But it was also a great night for the Remain parties. Somalia, Sheffield and now Strasbourg. Majid became the first Green MEP we've ever had, and he couldn't contain his delight, even when your friendly neighbourhood political editor was whisking him away for an interview.
Do you know what, Jim? I was just really excited. I was elated and just really overwhelmed, in all honesty. Our messaging wasn't strong, the simple fact that we were consistent and we provided an alternative, a real message of hope that other parties weren't giving, in all honesty.
This morning, the Lib Dems were out celebrating their new MEP.
Our party had a clear position that we thought that we wanted a people's vote on whatever deal that the government and the opposition agreed to, and then to put that to the people, because Parliament can't agree anything. So that's our clear aim, not just me, but the other 15 MEPs elected for the Liberal Democrats, is to stop Brexit.
For the winners then, a temporary Eurostar rail card might not be worth buying the season ticket just yet. For Labour and the Conservatives though, some really hard thinking about what they can actually offer their voters on Brexit.
Our vote stayed at home. And actually, that's quite good news, dare I say it, because people aren't actually saying, no, we aren't going to vote Conservative. They're saying, well, I'm not going to vote for you this time. That's very, very different. We need to win those votes back. We will win those votes back.
If it comes to it, if a public vote is necessary to stop the kind of no-deal Brexit that Boris Johnson and others are pushing, then yes, we would support that. It's clear that the public do need to have their say on this mess, whether that's by a general election or a public vote.
The end of a very short and very particular election, which was treated like a referendum. Future votes for many of our big parties will depend on whether they back another one or not. James Vincent, BBC Look North.
As you may have heard on the national news, a mother has appeared in court charged with murdering her 2 teenage sons. Sarah Barras, aged 34, is accused of murdering 14-year-old Blake Barras and 13-year-old Tristan Barras following an incident in the Shire Green area of Sheffield on Friday. She appeared at Sheffield Magistrates Court alongside 37-year-old Brandon Machin, who's also accused of murdering the 2 boys. Now, about 80 jobs have been lost after the Yorkshire-based cafe chain Fillmore and Union went into administration. Part of the business has been bought out by another company, but 6 cafes across the region closed their doors over the weekend. Staff say they've had no notice and are owed thousands of pounds, as Dave Edwards reports.
Out in the cold, the staff of the Skipton branch of Fillmore and Union were laid off without warning.
I was making coffees, a gentleman walked in, he took us down to the kitchen, just stood at the bottom of the stairs and told myself and 2 other girls that we'd been made redundant. Very shocking.
The company went into administration on Friday. It was immediately bought out by the Coffee Smiths Collective under a so-called pre-pack deal which sees 10 cafes stay open and 150 jobs safe. But 80 people have been made redundant as 6 branches in Yorkshire and 1 in Newcastle have closed.
The hardest part for me is I've just bought a house, so I'm in there ready to go, final stages, and all of a sudden, I've got no job and how do you pay your mortgage, this, that and the other? It's just ridiculous.
We have people with kids and stuff here and I have bills to pay, and they're not going to stop coming in. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't just say, just hold on a minute, I need to pay them.
Fillmore and Union was founded by businesswoman Adele Ashley. It opened its first cafe in York in 2012, offering what it called pure, natural and wholesome food. A statement from the administrators says the business was suffering severe cash flow pressures after a period of challenging trading. They say they're working with the Redundancy Payments Service to provide support for all employees who've lost their jobs. The staff say suppliers had begun to ask for cash on delivery, suggesting they knew something was wrong, but the workers themselves were kept in the dark. They're owed 6 weeks' wages as their search for a new job begins. Dave Edwards, BBC Look North, Skipton.
In sport, Yorkshire's cricketers have made a poor start to their county championship match against Hampshire at Headingley. Yorkshire won the toss and chose to bat, but no one made it past 50. And they're all out for just 181 in their first innings. At close of play, Hampshire were 14 for the loss of 1 wicket. Well, that's the news. Time for a look at the weather, and let's say good evening to Paul. Paul, what a bank holiday. It's been miserable.
I know, it's not been good, has it? But much warmer by the weekend, 24 degrees in East Ardsley. That's not bad, is it, Ian? At 75 Fahrenheit. Let's show you the headline for the next 24 hours. It remains unsettled. Sunny intervals and scattered showers. 1 or 2 could be heavy by the end of the day tomorrow. This is the way the chart's looking. This weather system will bring more rain in from the west, and it could well be lurking across certainly northern parts of our region through Thursday. But we will get much warmer air in for Friday and next weekend. More of that in a moment. It's pretty showery out there at the moment, and these showers will keep going, I think, for much of the night. We'll see temperatures around 6 or 7 degrees Celsius. So showers from the word go on Tuesday. Quite a lot of cloud as well. I suspect the skies will brighten to a certain extent. There'll be some sunshine coming through as the temperatures rise. We'll see some really heavy showers breaking out with some claps of thunder as well. And temperatures disappointing for the end of May. Around about 13 or 14 Celsius in Leeds and Bradford is 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Unsettled across the whole of the UK. The best of the weather tomorrow across Wales, western parts of Scotland, Northern Ireland. But as you can see elsewhere, there will be a fair scattering of showers. And again, there'll be the odd rumble of thunder in there. And temperatures not too good for the time of the year. The best will be, I think, in the southwest, where we could get 19 Celsius. That's 66 Fahrenheit. So I think it is unsettled for much of this week, but a trend towards drier and certainly much warmer air by the time we get to the weekend. So this is the way Wednesday's looking, with rain spreading into Wales and northern parts of Britain. The best of the weather on Wednesday across parts of Scotland and the south and southeast. As we head into Thursday, well, it's still unsettled. Rain through this central slice with Scotland, and again, the south not looking too bad. 21 Celsius in London. For Yorkshire, though, here's confirmation of that increase in temperatures. And by the time we get to Saturday with some sunshine, Sheffield could be up to 24 degrees. That's the forecast.
That looks much better. Thank you very much indeed. That's it from us. Have a very good evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.